Well, good afternoon. Caught him up. He's been out eating most of the morning. Haven't saddled him since last year, but I don't reckon there's going to be an issue. But you never know. He's a horse, right? I recommend, if you have a low cantle saddle, I recommend this diamond pad, because you can put foam inserts. If you keep adding blankets, it just keeps raising the whole thing. But if you have a hollow back or whatever, or your cantle is low, you can put these, and they come with them, wool inserts that'll support that and get your cantle off his wither. He doesn't like that. He'll let you know, shaking his head and whatnot. But I like these. They work really well. And I have a pretty high cantle, so it shouldn't be a problem. Of course, the biggest problem is whether I can toss the thing. Don't get old, is my suggestion.
Don't get old.
This is a double bullhide roping saddle. I had it made when I was 16. And I still fit it, so I guess that's a bonus. Good boy. He's a good boy. Everybody has their ways of doing things. A lot of them aren't right, a lot of them aren't wrong. And we just have ours. You'll see some that you would agree with, and you'll probably see some you don't. That's fine too. I prefer these nylon girths. You have less chance of soaring, especially if you have we have a lot of riders that are unskilled, and they sit crooked and all kinds of stuff, so they're a little more forgiving in that situation. So yeah, this saddle has treated me really well. Thousands of miles of guiding and packing on it, and gathering cattle and whatnot.
Marshall's always been easy to saddle.
Hmm?
Marshall's always been easy to saddle.
Been easy. Always been easy. He's actually pretty much easy with most things. He can get excited. He had when he was younger, the breeder we bought 4 horses from Treasure Morgan's in
Montana.
Superior, Montana, I believe. And I went up to get Rowdy Boy. He was 2, and I saw Marshall running around in this big field, and I said, "Oh, he looked good. He looks really good, actually."
And he was 5.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, 5
Marshall
or 6.
was 5.
Yeah. And I said, "Well, what's the story of that horse?" And he goes, "Oh, I mean, he's not gonna. I don't want to move him. I'm not gonna." I just kept pushing. I said, "Well, what's wrong with him? He's out to run. He looked beautiful." He said, "Well, I sold him when he was a colt, and the people took him, and he was great then, but they brought him back in a week and said something wrong with this horse, and nothing wrong with him when he left, but he was spooky when they brought him back. So they had some event, only they know, and so from that point he had ranch fears and mountains. I mean, we've had 8-year-olds, right? You saw it, riding in the mountains. He's never given me a lick of trouble, but he likes things the same if something's different. One time I put a washed horse blanket over that railing over there, and he wouldn't come in. So it's just one of his ways. You just get used to it. And but over the years, he's gotten way, way, way better. And every once in a while, he'll get reactive to something, but comes right out of it. So, but you see, we get kids on him, and he goes to work. He just takes care of you. Never had a worry about putting anybody on him. We ride a lot of mountains, deserts, and steep country. And we pack a lot. He's been packed actually, and so we ride with a crupper, and for a couple of reasons. It keeps the saddle in place. But if you're leading a pack horse and your lead rope gets under your horse's tail, he could want to buck you off. But if he already has rope under, he always has something under his tail. So we find a good benefit to a lot of things. Let's see what we got. Saddle usually is on 16 hands rowdy, so I'm not going to take the time to adjust everything to fit him. All right, so we'll film. Step up. Step up. Step up. Step up.
Nice for shorter people. They'll walk up to a log. Great.
So you want to talk about this?
Sure. Tell me about the bridle that you use.
We use, on all my horses, we've done it for 25 years probably, a light hackamore. I believe they can, as long as they control in them, and our horses control well in them, as long as they can breathe better, they don't have the obstruction in their mouth, they can eat when we stop and let them eat, only when we let them eat. And I just think it's better for the horse. He's happy, we're happy, works good. So we've been doing it for a long time. Lots of ways of doing things. That's the way we do it.
And we happen to leave the halter on because when we ride in the mountains, it's easier to tie up a horse than use your
You use the lead rope instead of your
Correct.
reins. You use your reins and you end up walking home. And also
Yes.
if there's a trouble on the trail, since these horses are ground tied trained, if you have a trouble on the trail, you can just drop that, boom, 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 on the ground you go, and then you go about your business. And then your horse should still be there.
Right.
So I guess I'll just work him just a little bit.
Okay.
Anyway, that's it. He's been trained to walk up on that and let you get on.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet, but maybe next week. You never know.
I know you should be able to get on him.
I'm just going to work him a little bit.
Okay.
Got. No fuss, no bother. I'm going to do a couple sending exercises. You know, I had an old cowboy come up to me one time, and we were punching for the Volks, and I went to get on. My horse was moving all over the place, and he says, "Why have you trained your horse to walk off?" I go, "I haven't trained my horse to walk off." He says, "Well, why is he doing it?" He said, "When you get on your horse and you immediately go, you're training him to move off." So now we always sit a minute, and you saw how he stood just quietly. It just changes it. So even old dogs like me can learn from an older dog. But yeah, all our horses make sure you stand about a minute, and then we tell them, and if they try to go, we'll stop them, and they go when we tell them to go.
And then how do you make your horse go? What is the training method you use to make your horse start, maybe move out a little faster and stop?
Okay, we squeeze. So
Squeeze
when
your
you
legs.
squeeze
Okay.
and cluck, then he'll go to a walk.
Okay.
You squeeze and cluck again, he should go to a trot. And you squeeze and cluck again, he should go to a lope.
Okay.
When I hoe hard, whoa him hard, then I put my legs forward and I'll pump a little bit, sit back in the seat, and I just pull and release. A lot of inexperienced people ride him. I don't get on him very much, so he's a little rusty. But because a lot of times they pull too hard. If you pull hard, he's going to always react to pulling hard. The lighter you are, the lighter he gets used to it. So see if he'll back up right now. Back. Back. And not bad for not being ridden by me from a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just a great little horse. We'll do a few things out here. Like I say, you've seen pictures of like our grandniece, 8 years old, and I've never had a problem putting young people on. He just takes care of people. Mountains, he's just great in the mountains, great in the desert.
Packed on him.
Yeah, we've packed on him. Yeah, he knows how to pack.
He knows how to trail a pack horse.
Yeah, he does really well with he doesn't. Some horses are grumpy when other horses are behind him. You saw that. He seems to get along well with everything.
And he's a good lead horse too.
And he's a good lead. He can lead out.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
he's just a great all-around little horse. He'd be good for little kids. He'd be good for teenage kids. He'd be good for women, good for guys. You saw it's like my son. Ride him, and he just handles him, and he's probably 200 pounds. And he handles me fine. I'm probably 180, and with all my gears way over that. So he's a great little horse. So let's just see what he decides to do today.
Okay.
Yep. He's going to want to go with those other horses, so he's going to not.
Yeah, we have him over here.
Not going to want to head over
in
there.
a different pen. why do you flex a horse like that?
Well, it gets him primed, gets his mind turned on for yielding his head to the rein in the headstall. He's being a little stubborn, he's getting hungry. He's usually, at this time, goes out to eat, so he's not real happy with us. He's not real happy that the other horses are over there. So he's a little grumpy about that, but I guess I would be too, so.
Okay.
Not bad for the first ride of the year.
No.
He's a little, he's got out of shape and wanting to eat, but he's a great little horse.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, he's good for kids, men, ladies, teenagers. He's pretty quick. You can see him cut back. He can probably do gymkhana, all that stuff. So we will, so if people are really interested, we will take an afternoon and take you up on that mountain for a mountain ride. And it'll, it'd be $100 to do that. If you take him, it's included. If you decide for some reason you don't, then we'll keep that for our costs. But I think anybody that takes him on a mountain ride is going to be really pleased with him. If I get a little more time on him in the next couple of weeks, if I get up there or get in here, he'll get some of this little bit of bulkiness out of him. He's a great little horse, put anybody on him. There, I'm Rick, and Linda, who's running the camera. See if I can do this without her telling me. There she is.
Hello.
That's my lovely wife, Linda. This is Marshall, and generally he does so well. I don't do that, but this is what I would do if actually another horse when I brought him off a winter, and he's been out there pretty much all winter on the field, coming and going, hasn't had a whole lot of handling, and but I've actually got on him right after the winter and got on, went and did some cattle with him. So he doesn't do anything, but if I did, this is what I would do. And this is a short riding lead, and this is a 14-foot training lead. I use this one when I'm working him. It gives you, you can get him further from you and whatnot when you're working them. He hasn't been ridden this year, so every time I bring him in fact, I actually got on him before, fresh off the field, fresh off the winter. He never did anything, but this would be some of the basic things I would do. These are the things he's been taught and what he knows, and I'll just kind of put you through that. Every owner, every trainer have their own methods, and we're no different. And so these are the things that I put him through. There are a lot of great trainers that we follow. I think Clinton Anderson is a really good one, among others, Chris Cox and others. But I cottoned to Clinton Anderson because when I started watching his stuff, I did a lot of those things. I just didn't know there was a name. But he's the best. I think he has got one of the knacks for teaching people. And so if someone buys him, I hope that you can follow some of these things. I will offer up some free time to train you in these methods because I want absolute success between you and this horse. You're going to be looking at us as owners, looking at us as trainers and as horsemen, and we're going to be looking at you at the same things because we want to make sure that the two of you are perfect for each other. I'll even offer you, we'll come up with an agreement where we'll take you for a mountain ride, and there'll be a small cost in case you decide not to, but I want this to be a great fit. He's a fantastic horse, and I want his rest of his life to be as good as you expect him to be. So I'm going to start working him here a little bit with all the basic things that I do. And I like these bits. These are Clinton Anderson. They're very thin. They're very good for having your horse to pay attention. They're used to them. But when they're like lunging around you, you just got to give a little nudge, and these will tell him to move in. Fantastic training tool. Some people, oh my God, they're rough on the horse. These are tough animals, and he's not afraid of it. He's not afraid to put it on. You saw. So that's what this is about. And so I'm going to just go through all his lead rope stuff just to make sure he's got his head turned on. Back, 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 back. Boom. Whoop. Good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy.
I might just mention that he's just coming out of winter, so his coat's not beautiful. He's still got some winter hair, but it's coming off. By spring, he'll be beautiful again. It's getting windy out here. Boy. I had a feed bag with grain granules in it, pellets, and kind of a stick, so it act like almost like a carpet beater. And when you spanked him with it, or basically worked him with it, it'd make noise, it'd make all kinds of, it wouldn't hurt him of course,
but it was a great way to get him used to packing things that made all kinds of noise. Good boy. That a lot, because if they ever get in a fence, in a wire, a lot of times they will stand and wait. We had one out there at the pond, way out there, and he got caught in it, and he stood there. He was right about here, and he stood there about 18 hours. The rest of them came in. He didn't come in, and looked all over, and I figured the other looked around, and sure enough, he was stuck in the wire. And of course, once he saw me, I was worried that he would want to respond, but he didn't. I came back, got some wire cutters, and he waited for me. It's a pretty cool deal. Boy. Get excited. He's still afraid of that wheelbarrow, where that sucker's at. And he's getting better at it, but there's certain boogers, ranch boogers, that he doesn't like, and he's been trained that if he gets worrisome, this is what I do. And he knows to instantly chill out. You think he'd turn inside out, but he goes, oh, okay. Back, back. Back, 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 back. Good boy. Whoop. Trot. Nope. 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 Slippery out here. Cut. Desensitize him a little bit once he gets sensitized. Back. Boy. Back. 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 Good boy. Nope. Back. 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 Pick it up. Trot. He's off. What in the world is that ladder thing doing?
Yeah, he doesn't know what to think about this ladder standing up on.
Burn a little energy off here with it. They're full of falling out here. Now full of hair. Up, up, up. Attaboy. Up. Trot. Trot. Trot easy. Trot easy. Trot. Right here. Trot. Nope. 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 Trot. Trot. I'll take that. My mistake. Go on. Go on. Right easy. Hey. I was going to show you how he trailers. When we're trailing with Marshall, he's the leader of the four. Cody over there is the leader of the bunch. So Marshall goes in first, and then we load Roddy Boy, Carson, and Radar. He's the lowest. And that's the order they go in.
Our boys are pretty good about staying ground tied. And we'll see if they make a liar out of me today. But they should stay if Marshall gets pulled forward.
Now, a lot of folks like to jump their horses in there. Looks great. I don't like that. I've been doing this a long time, and I've seen horses and people get injured. So we ask ours to come up. Step up. Come up.
Uh-oh. One didn't pay attention. Because he knows better. Good boy. Looks like Laredo moved a little bit. Carson, pretty still. Ah. Good boy, Laredo. Good boy. Be patient.
And Marshall likes a lot of lead and plenty of room to move around. Come in, come in. Get up here. Come in.
Coming in. Coming in. Showing them how much lead. How much lead we give you. Yeah. Showing them how much lead we give you. You're not letting them see. Yeah. There you go. Kinda. Let's show them how much lead. How much lead rope?
It's actually even a little bit tight, so I have to give him really do something. Not like that, quick, not like that. That way he can move around a little bit.
Okay. Let me get out of the way.
There you have it. Go easy, stand quiet. They don't stomp, they don't kick normally. And pretty good boys.
Okay, so this is Marshall, April 1st, 2024. Coming around, I think. Here he comes. We're going to do some shoeing today, and I want to show how he easily lifts his feet, stands without anyone holding him to be shod.
start on this side because this is the way I always start.
Okay.
Don't know why.
Okay.
There's no rule.
Okay. Rick always starts on the on side. We don't know why, but he always does.
Big boy.
He already knows. He always gives the command pick at the same time sliding his hand down beside his knee.
Should did the other day when it was wet out there.
Marshall's always been really good about picking up his feet, standing real still. Nothing bothers him. He's pretty calm with that.
Coming up.
Good boy.
Over. 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 skip steps, which I'll go back and do just for the video. You can see all our horses are very respectful. They're not afraid of it. They're not afraid of our tools. We respect them, they respect us. Take them anywhere.
Stop taking out. You can take it out. Yes.
I'll go ahead and finish up and do them right. Get the shoe on. I'll show you when the shoes are on later. And when I put the shoes on, Linda come out and show you he doesn't have trouble with that either.
Okay.
He's a good boy. Those weapons. Sometimes he's like a 4-year-old getting the first time to the barber, thinks he's getting killed. I always like when I'm spraying, especially when I'm spraying fly spray, I start with a pss, 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 and that's to tell him it's coming, and then not to freak out. Sometimes I'll use clear water and spray around his head, so if you do get his eyes, it won't burn, and he gets used to it. But I always let him know I'm coming. Pss, 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 pss. This is maned tail. Maybe you grew up some. Oh yeah, you're all right. You're all right. What? Give me 11. So which one do? You're a good boy. I'm gonna miss you. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Yeah. Ooh. Best stuff in the world is mane and tail. You guys all have a lot of mane and tail. Cody's a little whatever mare. They're all some from the same stallion. Cody's mare must not have had as much hair as the rest. So she was the cowiest of the group. Get your butt over. Get your butt over. Ooh. Get over. Get over. Move. Good boy. Good boy. Back up. Back. Back. There you go. Easy to be around.